Hello and welcome to Vocabulary Set 11. Vocabulary Set 11 is about biking. So a lot of these words will go together with our Vocabulary Set 10, which was about driving. So these are all about words that are useful for owning a bike or a car or being on the road. Basic conversation words. Like everything with this class, we want to have words that are really used every day for basic conversations. So let's get started. Our first word is bicycle, but in English we just say bike. So any word in English that starts with the two letters bi, that means two. So bi means two. So a bicycle just means something with two wheels. So anything with two wheels, we call that a bicycle. But in short, people just say bike. So in most conversations, people never say bicycle, they just say bike. Next, we have tricycle. So like I said, if you see bi, it means two. And if you see tri, it means three. So a bicycle means you've got two wheels. So a tricycle means you've got three wheels. So tricycle just means it's a bike and it has three wheels. Next one is mountain bike. So big tires. So a mountain bike, it just means a bike that's used for biking off the road. It doesn't mean you use it for a mountain. We just call it that in English. So a bike with big tires that you can use to bike off the road. You don't need a paved road. We call that a mountain bike. Next, we have road bike. So road bike just means a bike. It's got thin tires, so it can go very fast on a road. You need a road to use it, and it's good for going fast on a road. We call that a road bike. Next one is bike trail. So like Sinju has a bike trail, a place it could be paved or not paved. That's only for places for you to ride your bike. We call that a bike trail. Next, we have motorcycle. So, one, you don't use your legs. You need an engine. We call that a motorcycle. So, even though it has two wheels, if you don't use your legs, you use an engine, it's called a motorcycle. Next one is scooter. So, a scooter is very convenient in Taiwan. In English, if it has a weak motor, we call that a scooter. We have a difference between scooter and motorcycle. Next, we have helmet. So, helmet, put that on your head so your head doesn't get destroyed if you have a car accident. So, it doesn't matter what the shape is, we just call it a helmet. Like this, if it covers your whole head, we call that a face helmet. Covers the whole thing. But some people just wear one that covers their head. We usually call that a half helmet. But the basic word is just helmet. Next, we have license plate. So the tag on the back of your scooter is called your license plate. So it's the same if you have a scooter or a bike or a car, any vehicle, we just call it the same thing, a license plate. The next one is tire. So the thing that goes around your wheel that you fill with air and it's made out of rubber, in English we call that the tire. So same thing for any wheel. It doesn't matter if it's a bike or a car or a scooter. We always call that the tire. Next we have flat tire. So a tire with no air inside. In English we call that a flat tire. Because it doesn't have enough air. So that we just say it's a flat tire. And usually people just say it's a flat. We don't even say flat tire. We just say it's a flat. The next one is air pump. So when you need to put air in your tires, you use a pump. In English, we just call that an air pump. So the verb would be a pump is the noun and to pump would be the verb. Next, we have kickstand. So the kickstand is what you use to keep your bike from falling over. And it gets the name kick because kick is the English verb to hit something with your foot. So stand means to not lie down, and then kick means to hit something with your foot. So because you hit the kickstand with your foot, that's why it's called kickstand. So next we have speedometer. So in English, speed is how fast are you going. Remember from our last vocabulary set, we talked about speed limit. So speed means how fast, and meter means to measure. So it just means it measures how fast you're going. So are you going 10K, 20K, or 30? That's called the speedometer. Next one is brakes. So they help you to stop moving. In English, we call those your brakes. So brake means to stop. So the things that stop your wheels from moving are called the brakes. The next one is headlights. So they help you to see in the dark. So the head means, in English, it could be your head, but head also means just the front. So because it's the front of your scooter, it's called the headlight. So the light in the front of your scooter is called the headlight. But it's the same thing with your car. But your car has two, so that's called the headlights. The next one is called brake lights. And they show that you are stopping. So in English, we call that the brake light. So the light that's in the back of your scooter and it's red and it turns on when you're stopping, we call that brake light. Next one is mechanic. So mechanic is a person who works on bikes, but also just any car, any machine. We call that person a mechanic. So if your bike or your car or anything is broken, you take it to the mechanic. Next we have oil change. So you use oil to keep your motor moving, and when it gets dirty, it has to be changed. So that's pretty simple. In English, we call that an oil change. Our next one is intersection. So a place where you have two roads. In English, we call that the intersection. So you have two roads and they meet. So that means there's four directions that people are coming from. We call that an intersection. Next, you have traffic light. They show you when to stop and go. In English, we call that the traffic light. Next one is traffic camera. So traffic camera is it sits at an intersection and it watches your car. And if you go through a red light or something like that, or you don't stop before the line, then the traffic camera takes a picture of your license plate. And then you get a ticket in the mail. And you have to pay a fine. So terrible. So expensive. Next one is traffic jam. So when all the cars are on the road and they're all moving slow or not at all, we call that a traffic jam. It means there's a lot of cars on the road, and if they're moving slow or not moving, we call that a traffic jam. Does anyone have any questions? If you do, remember you can email me or text me or just ask me when you see me in class. Um, I know it's kind of difficult to do this course online because it's a conversation course, but that's just the way it is. Okay, so now we'll do our biking comprehension questions. So we have 21 questions here, and the answer to each question, each of the 21, are words from the vocabulary set we just went over. You can remember you can find the word file for this on the website. So now let's pretend like we were in class and we'll take Let's see, we have 25 minutes here. We'll take about 15 minutes to do this set. So I'll be quiet for the next 12 minutes. So I'll let you guys answer the questions for the next 12 minutes. I know it's a little fast, but that's how the videos work. If it's too fast, you can just hit pause, and then we will check our answers. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, welcome back. So let's check our answers. Number one, a machine with two wheels powered by your legs is called a bicycle or bike. Number two, the light on the front of your scooter to help you see in the dark is known as the headlight. Number three, a helmet is used to protect your head if there's an accident. Number four, an air pump is used to fill your tires with air. Number five, a tricycle has three wheels. Number six, a bike designed for off-road would be called a mountain bike. Number seven, the gauge on your car, motorcycle, or scooter that shows your current speed is a speedometer. Number eight, a path designed specifically for people on bicycles to enjoy is referred to as a bike trail. Number nine, flat tire is the term for a tire that does not have enough air inside it to be functional. Number 11, a pole used to prevent your bike or scooter from falling over is called a kick stand. Number 11, when a road becomes full of cars moving very slowly or not at all, a traffic jam is happening. Number 12, if you need to get your motorcycle or scooter repaired, then you should take it to a mechanic. Number 13, a bike with thin tires designed for maximum speed on pavement is referred to as a road bike. Number 14, the lights on your car, motorcycle, or scooter that show if you are slowing down are called brake lights. Number 15, a point at which two roads cross is referred to as an intersection. Number 16, lights on a road that show you when to move and stop are referred to as traffic lights. Number 17, cameras set up to catch you doing something illegal on a road are called traffic cameras. Number 18, the devices that stop your wheels from moving are known as brakes. Number 19, the more common term for bicycle is bike. Number 20, a sign that shows your license number is called a license plate. And finally, number 21, if your engine oil is dirty, then you need to go to a mechanic for an oil change. So now let's do our fill in the blank questions. So we only have 14 questions. So we'll take about, let's see. Yeah, we'll take about 7 minutes to answer these questions, and then we will check our answers. Okay, we're back. Let's check our answers. Number 1. Let's go over to see the mechanic. I don't think that my left brake is working correctly, and I want him to take a look at it. Number 2. Frank, you're speeding. Look at the speedometer. It shows 70 kilometers per hour, while the speed limit is 30 kilometers per hour. Number 3. What's the number on your license plate? I need to write it on your new parking pass. Number 4. I hate these traffic jams. They happen almost every morning on my way to work. Number 5. Be careful. There's no kickstand on this bike. Just lean it against a wall so it doesn't fall over. Number 6. The new computer shop is located at the intersection of Smith Street and Johnson Road. Number 7. I got a letter in the mail today. It said I have to pay a $200 fine because I didn't stop at a red light last month. A traffic camera got a picture of me doing it. Number 8. When I was a kid, I rode a tricycle because it was easier than 2 wheels. Number 9. This is the worst traffic light in the whole town. It takes 3 minutes to turn green. Number 10. I love my mountain bike because I can use it to get away from the big city roads and enjoy nature. Number 11. In Sinju, there's a great bike trail on the coast. Number 12. I need to get a better headlight installed on my car. The ones I have now are not very bright. Number 13. I use my road bike in the city because it is faster on pavement than my mountain bike. And number 14. Make sure that you wear a helmet during your ride. Okay, so that's the first part of vocabulary set 11, and that concludes it. So have a good evening, and that's all.